It's your favorite Empress. Welcome in and welcome back to my channel. I'm LaDanya, but over here they call me Empress Moxie. My channel is about everything self-care for women. I have what I call Empress Diaries, which is where I show you how I balance my lifestyle of entrepreneurship, career, and hustle with that said self-care and wellness. And I also have General Empress Talks where I sit down and chat with you like I'll be doing today. So we are headed into the holiday season and I just wanted to do a little talk with you. Before we get into our little chat, get into my locks. I just did a perm rod set on them and they've been lasting a good few days. I love it so much. This is my first time trying perm rod sets since having locks. I've had locks for about 8 years now and they have matured a lot. It's been a journey. I actually promised one of my subscribers that I would do a lock update in a video coming up, so this is the update. My routine with my locks is all about simplicity. My locks, all they need is hydration because I live in Colorado, so I hydrate them every day with a water bottle. It's a spray bottle that has a mixture of oil and water in it, and I just spritz it all over every morning before I head to work, and that's really all I do, not too much. I wash my hair routinely every month. I'm gonna put the pop-up of the products here that I use as well as put them in the description for you, but I don't really do too much. My lock journey really started out for me to love my natural state and my natural self, so I don't want to be manipulating my hair too much. I also try to avoid hairstyles that are too tight to avoid things like traction alopecia, so that is why I don't manipulate my locks a lot. But when I do, honey, as you can see, yeah, we never miss. My tip for anyone starting out on their lock journey is really patience, because a lot of times when we start out, we have that budding ugly phase, whatever you want to call it, and we're like, when is it gonna drop? When is it gonna look like theirs? We're comparing this and that and that. But it's also a process and a season for you to really be present with yourself and understand that good things take time. So it's the same thing with your locks. Your locks are roots and they're gonna sprout when the time is right. So just be patient, take care of them, love on yourself, get into knowing your body and yourself a little bit more. That's really what I envisioned the lock journey as and why I started it. I live in Denver, Colorado, and we don't have many options for black hairstylists, people who understand our hair. So that was also a factor in why I chose to go to the route of locks, because not only is it more of a low maintenance hairstyle, it's more affordable, and also I can care for my hair myself consistently in the environment that I live in. It's also cold here, which is why I said earlier I mostly moisturize and hydrate my locks every morning because of the type of elevation and weather that I am living in. So those are the major things that I make sure that I do with my locks to keep them in good condition. I do sometimes put wigs and braids over my locks, but not too often. It just depends on the time of the year, if I want to take a break from my locks, because they are permanent style. Because locks are a permanent style, sometimes you just want to change, and sometimes I'll do braids or put a wig over it. But as I mentioned, I try to avoid traction, which can lead to alopecia and balding and spotting. So I don't do certain styles and extensions for a long period. If I do braids, I ensure that I take it out within 3 weeks to a month, because not only can that cause your locks to mat and attach and mesh with the braids, it can also lead to just a lot of mold. So I'm very mindful about what I put on or in my locks. I don't use gels excessively, only on my edges. Maybe, as you can see right here, I do it on my edges, but not inside my locks. Only water and oil go in my locks. The length of it, I don't even know how to describe it, but it reaches me closer to my bum area. It's pretty long. It's giving Rapunzel at this point. Okay, let your hair down, let those locks down. It's going pretty far, and as I mentioned, it takes patience because my locks started out after my big chop. I chopped my hair off because I used to perm it a lot and all those things back in the day. And I started my locks in 2018 after a big chop. So I started fresh, honey. If anybody knows the journey of locks from scratch, it's me. So I understand if you're in a specific phase of your locks, you're like, when is it gonna get like yours? When is it gonna... Take your time. Don't compare. Don't do any of that. Just enjoy the journey, learn about yourself, be present in your body. And of course, dealing with moments where I consider cutting my locks off is natural because, I don't know, sometimes I see people with a pixie cut. I saw old pictures of my mom with a pixie cut. Literally the beginning of this year, I was like, I'm gonna cut my locks off and get a pixie cut. Girl, please, sit down. Pixie cuts are high maintenance. They look great, but they're high maintenance, and I don't want to go from this to a high maintenance style given my lifestyle and all the things I'm involved with. So I definitely dodged that bullet this year. We'll see. But the journey of locks for me is about unbecoming, self-acceptance, self-love, and elevation. That's what it represented for me, and that's the update I have for the year of 2026. My locks really carried me this year because I was super busy, and I'm so happy that I maintained my locks. And as you can see, I'm giving it some loving today with this style. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions about that update I gave you on my locks. This year my locks grew, but this year grew me too. So let's talk a little bit about that. Hey y'all, sorry about the random outfit change. I had to drive to the post office before they closed to do a return package. So now we're in a sweater, yay! So where were we? Yes, the summary about 2025. 2025 was a year. It was a time for me. And I want to thank God the most, okay? I want to thank God for everything that transpired in this year. Everything happened for a reason. A lot of people around me were catalysts for my growth. At the time, it may have felt like, oh my God, why is this happening to me? Why are they being like that? Nothing was happening to me. A lot of things were happening for me to be where I am right now. And that's my testimony about 2025. Basically, I started the year with plans to be uncomfortable, plans to show up in spaces that I was shy to be in or be loud about. For example, January through March, I was in a competition trying to gain funding for my startup Bly. We're building a fintech application for the Caribbean to allow easy, accessible, and safe, user-friendly money transfers. Okay? A major part of owning a fintech startup or any startup is the funding. And as Black founders, yes, I'm gonna bring race into this. Statistically, we make up 2% of the individuals who do get funded in the United States specifically. That means all the money is going to our white and non-Black counterparts before us, which meant I had to get up and be like, hey, I'm building this app and this is why you should care. Hey, this is what we're doing. Please help me in this competition. And that was very uncomfortable, but I did it. I didn't win the competition, but it brought awareness to people. Another thing that I did with Bly was trying to partner with a bank in Jamaica. The reason why you have to partner with a bank, or you should, it will be easier in your journey because you're partnering with an existing regulated body, and that way you could do, more well-rounded, realistic tests when it comes to the aspect of testing the app. It will be in an environment that's regulated, meaning that there are already laws and policies around it, keeping everything safe, and you have real customers, real data, real people to work alongside and get user feedback from. That failed. Do you see the pattern here? Even though I was going out of my way to be uncomfortable, to advocate for the things that I was building, that was the good part. But I was failing. And that's why I was thinking in my head, why is this happening to me? Why is it not going how I'm seeing it? If they're like, oh yeah, this is a great idea, wow, let's see how it goes. But then it goes nowhere. That's not the truth. It just felt like it was going nowhere. This was a year full of pivots, and pivots are still a good thing because now I'm moving more informed. I'm moving with knowledge. My technical co-founder and I are even further than we were at the beginning of the year, given the knowledge we got during those phases of rejection. During those phases of uncertainty, we gained a lot. While we were in it, it felt annoying, it felt upsetting, it felt defeating, but now I'm like, I'm ready. So that was a major theme for me in 2025, not just in my ventures and my career, but also in friendships, romantic bonds that I was trying to build, as well as in my household. It was a lot of things that I was like, okay, we should just get to an understanding so we could get from point A to point B together and remain in harmony. But as life will have it, a lot of things were shaken up, and that's okay. And all of these things combined pushed me into zones of discomfort, pushed me into zones of being more aware of myself and where I wanted to be and exactly what I actually deserved, right? And that's how I changed throughout 2025. I had a lot of fun too. I went to France for the first time. And I went to Cannes, France, Antibes. Where else did I go? Nice, Monte Carlo. I was a world traveler, honey. Then I went to Hawaii for my birthday. Hello. Nobody can chat to me, no. Me say fly out. You understand? Literally did everything I said I would this year. It came with pain, it came with sad times, but it also came with happiness and high moments. What surprised me was my ability to adapt through each of these seasons. I'm talking about multiple seasons. I've lived many lives in this year alone. It was crazy. I can't even begin to summarize that or explain in depth of how much I've changed, how much I've evolved in this year alone. I'm at a point and version of myself where it's like, wow, this is what I wanted. And you know, I thought I could get to this version a different way. But even with the downfalls, even with the deceit, even with the pain, the heartbreak, the whatever, rejections, I still came here because ultimately I needed those lessons to withstand this new position that I'm in. I needed those things to happen so I could build awareness and be mindful of this position that I'm in right now so I could keep this foundation and go forward. Preach. Can somebody say amen? Okay. Looking back at 2025 and this present moment, what surprised me the most about 2025 is the fact that I won more than I lost. In retrospect, is that the word? Maybe. But when I'm looking back, I'm like, you know what? It wasn't even that bad. I could list maybe 5 things that were bad, like, okay, damn. God, what are you doing? I'm not your strongest soldier. Give me a break. Like, I could name 5 moments like that across the span of these past 12 months. But after and in between those, it was more joy. It was more winning than anything else. And let me tell you, I'm standing in one of those accomplishments, my first adult space. I have my first apartment. I'm here, it's decorated. My fridge is full of food. My cabinets are full of food. I have a living room. I have a bathroom. I have a roof over my head that I can afford and not worry about paying for every single month. My car's been paid off the day I got it, but it's still working and we're good. No car troubles. I'm in great shape. I have good health. On top of all of these movements happening in my career itself, I had a promotion and a raise. Double money in my hand. If you know me, you know I love money. I do everything for my growth, my respect, and my money. I don't play when it comes to the dollar. Hello? God has been really good to me this year. And what surprises me is the fact that in the moments where I was the most down, I wasn't even down for long. I came right back up, bounce back, bounce back, bounce back, like these curls. You feel me? Like, what else could I ask for? What else could I ask for? Well, I can tell you, I do have a list, actually. The reason I even noticed that I had more good times than bad is the fact that I look back at my vision board. I have this vision board bingo. It's a thing that I printed out at the beginning of this year, and basically it's like playing a game of seeing how many things I can accomplish to meet a bingo by the end of this year. And I have to get a row of 5, of course, to get a bingo. And looking at it, I don't think I've made a bingo yet, but there are multiple things across this in different sides that I could be like, yes, I did that. Yes, I have that. It's really fun. That's also a thing that keeps me grounded each year, making a plan and having fun with it. Even though not everything on my vision board has happened in this year, I can always carry it over. Double it and give it to the next year, honey. Double it and give it to 2026. Like I said, what more can I ask for? Because we still have breath, we still have life, we still have choice. And in God's willing, we're gonna go to 2026 and continue this and be grateful and acknowledge the fact that even if I feel like I'm down, I'm not down for too long. Even if I feel like, oh my God, this is the worst day, it's probably not. It's probably gonna be one worst day out of a month. One worst day out of a quarter. Think of it like that. See the bigger picture. Because a lot of times when we're inside of that thing happening, we're like, this is so terrible. And it is terrible. It's right to feel those feelings. But don't make that one time, that one moment make you think your whole life is bad. And that was a major lesson of mine, alongside letting go of wanting to control the outcome of things. Because, like I said, I like to plan things. So I came into this year like, yeah, I'm gonna do it like this. This is how it's gonna go. God said, girl, put that paper down, because I'm not about to play with you. God said this is how it's going to happen because you need these tools. You need this awareness before you can go there like this. And God said this isn't the route. Let's cross that route. Cross it out. We're going to do it like this. And you're going to cry first. And you're going to jump for joy after. Amen? Exactly. So that is what I took away from 2025. And I'm so grateful, so excited to head into 2026 and double it. Do it even bigger by the grace of God, the universe, whatever you want to believe in, okay? I go by the power of God though, I just want to clarify that. With a year so marvelous, so fulfilling, how do I end it? December for me will be sacred. I am gonna go quiet, which is why I'm making this video. I'm gonna go quiet, unplug, reconnect, and get with myself to prepare for the year ahead. The next chapter, I want to come in with clarity and ease. You know, new energy, all of that. So all I'm asking is that you slow down these last couple of weeks of the year. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in 2026. Bye.